It is Krista back to do the weekly reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can always check out your Moon and Rising sign readings in addition to your Sun sign reading today for extra information for the week, or if your Sun sign reading isn't resonating with you for whatever reason, Virgo. So this is for the week of September 19th to September 26th. I'm using the medicine cards for your main spread today, and then as always drawing additional message cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle and the Healing with the Angels Oracle. This is a general reading, so whatever is most prominent in your life this week, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So what does Virgo need to know? Well, let's get a little idea of what's going on with all four cards together, and then we will be looking at these one by one. So generally speaking, what's going on with all cards together is that there is an element of boundaries. It could be that your reputation has been used against you, or you're looking to change your reputation, or it's just flat out wrong. People have you figured wrong, or you've changed so much that your reputation doesn't match who you are anymore. And you're creating healthy boundaries for yourself regarding that change or that significant misunderstanding that other people have about who they think you are. Like I said, it could be that you were that person and you've changed, or they were misguided the whole time and judged you incorrectly here. It could have been that you were giving off a type of energy that you wish you hadn't now. And of course, there is some elements, if this is a love affair issue for you this week, there are, of course, some sexual energies here as well. So just be aware of that. Make sure that you want to be attracting this into your life this week, and you're not giving someone the wrong impression, Virgo, around that availability, for example. And then something magnificent at the end of the week looks like it's going to occur for you. Could be an understanding, it could be an event, it could be a new opportunity, but something is definitely working in your corner this week. I would look for little signs and opportunities for yourself this week. And ultimately, what's going to get you through the week, especially if you find it hard, or if you find that this has been more difficult or more energy than you wanted it to, and the creation of the boundaries now to protect yourself from outside influences, whatever they have in store, probably just felt like it took a lot of energy or a lot of work for you this week. So there's a great deal of stamina that's required from you this week. You do have it within you. I would also ask that you reach out for help, of course, in the spirit world, but also in the natural world. If you have a close friend or a therapist or a family member, or even a journal or a diary that you can write into so that you can reflect on that. Basically, you want an opportunity this week, at least one opportunity where you're able to do some reflection work, either on your own, with a professional, or with a trusted friend, of course, someone that you consider very, very honest. But overall, I don't see anything here that's very harrowing. I don't see anything that's going to, fall apart and cause major issues for you. I think, if anything, what I see here is that a portion of your personality is going to be developed this week, and it's going to behoove you in the long run for you to develop this I don't even think it's going to catch you unawares necessarily. I think it's just going to be a little bit of work to put your foot down, to put that wall up, to close that door, or make yourself inaccessible to someone or a group or a theme. It could even be, if this is occurring within Virgo, that you're creating your own personal, mental, or psychological boundaries, okay? In the way that you refer to yourself, talk to yourself, goals that you have for yourself, dreams and visions. You're talking yourself into beautiful things, and you'll be talking yourself out of problematic areas here. So that's a general snapshot of what's going on with all cards together. One by one in your central position is Armadillo, and here's where I'm reading boundaries. This represents you this week. So this is probably what you're going to be in process of doing this week. At least a theme around boundaries, okay? Healthy boundaries, obviously. You want to be able to make yourself unavailable to someone. Like I said, close that door, or it's not what I want after all, or it's not going to work out. It could be that you're changing your mind. I'm only saying that because, of course, we have Skunk preceding this event. It could be that you've changed your mind about wanting something and now you're putting your walls up. Just be sure here that everything that you say to the other individual, if that's the case here, is extremely clear, okay? You don't want to be vague with this person. And in fact, it's really important for you to be really clear with yourself first, okay? And this is where getting some outside influence or reflection in some level, again, a journal or a diary is perfectly fine. Just something for you to sort of blurt out your thoughts or attitudes about the situation, and then give it a day or two and look back on it as you're clearer headed, or if you have time to look at it, or you're ready to tackle it. And I think you'll find the answers there. Sometimes one of my best friends actually says all the time, she's a horticulturalist, and she says, the problem is the solution, okay? And this is what I'm feeling here for you this week, Virgo. I'm feeling very strongly that a perceived problem or a real problem could very well be the solution for you, okay? So maybe just give that a little thought, or mull it about, or consider it even as a joke at this point, something to lighten the air up, if you will. But I do think that this is an important process for you to achieve here. Like I said, it's something that's going to create the person that you want to be, no matter who you were even a week before this. Whether or not they heard it from somewhere else, or you behaved or spoke in a certain way that led someone to believe this about you. You have every right to change your mind as well. You have every right to want something different or new or better for yourself as well. So when I see Skunk here as reputation preceding boundaries, I think it's just you being tired of the same old, same old. I think that you're not willing to settle for less. Certainly not this week. And it could be, Virgo, that for whatever reason here, you were okay with being available, or again, sort of, romanticizing a situation or sexualizing a situation here. That could have been fun, and flirting is totally fun, and it's no judgment. But it could be taken too far by the other party, is what I'm seeing here, or it could be misinterpreted or misjudged here because of behavior or reputation prior to this event. And I just see what's going on here with reputation almost being used as a tool against you. That's what I'm seeing here. That people don't understand, or that person doesn't understand. Oh no, I've changed my mind, or I'm not that person anymore, or it turns out I don't want that. I thought I wanted that and I don't. You're allowed to do that. And you honestly don't need to explain to anybody why you've changed your mind. What you need to do is be certain and clear about why you changed your mind, or why these walls are up, or why you have boundaries around something now. Because this person or other individual or this event, it will come full circle at some point, and someone will want to know. Or if you're writing in a diary or speaking to someone, as it were, this will get brought up, right? You'll say, oh, I've developed this now because there was a miscommunication here, or this person thought one thing about me, but I'm nothing like that now, or perhaps never were. So it's really about, reputation is really about how other people perceive you and why they would perceive you in a specific way here. So it's just really about what other people are saying about you. But the main point behind skunk or reputation is what you're emitting, okay? You're in control of what you emit, of what you say, and what you do. And that's it. That's it. You cannot control, and I'm not saying just because you're Virgo, I'm saying as a human being, not one of us can control someone else, right? Barring putting a gun to their head. Nobody wants that. You don't need to, and it's not your job to control anybody else but yourself. So if they're going to have this attitude about you, or opinion, or worse, cling to a reputation that's not even accurate, that's on them. Okay, you don't have to fix that. You're not in charge of that. You're in charge of your boundaries, your mind, your well-being, your safety, your projection. Okay, who do you want to be? Who are you right now? That's your job. Okay, the past is the past. Someone's idea of you, that's in their head. Okay, don't let someone bring you down this week with regard to what, even if it was a promise, okay? Even if, you promised me this, or I came all this way, or, I did this because you said you were, okay. You can say, you know what? I've thought long and hard about it. I don't like that anymore. I'm going to find another way to pay you back. I'm going to find a way to make it up. Or all I can say is sorry. And we're going to have to find a way to let it go. But please remember here, you're not responsible for the other person's outcome, just your own. Here with gross being in your probable outcome, this is sacred spiral. This is where I'm seeing something really shifting, something really moving. And spiral, of course, just with light and dark magic, we can go up or we can go down. I don't see you spiraling down here at all, Virgo. In fact, like I said, with elk as the general energy regarding everything, all individual cards, and of course the culmination here, I really feel on some level that you're going to even get a great deal of satisfaction putting your foot down this week about something, okay? I think it's going to feel good for you to reject what someone else thought of you or thinks of you, or the attitude, or the call, the attraction. I think you're going to be like, you know what? I'm over it. This is going to raise your vibration extremely high, and it might even make you feel a little high. I don't mean like drug high. I just mean lighter, okay? Freer. Like you can laugh things off, like you can let something go. I mean, your boundaries are strong. You've put your foot down. You're not backing down. There's only one way to go after that, and that's up. And that's what I see going on here with sacred spiral. I honestly do as well believe for you, Virgo, having read weekly for you since April, that you have something really special on your side. I've said this from the start, and I'm not an earth sign, and I don't know many earth signs, but the ones I do, I've undermined all my life, because Earth is a very powerful element that gets, especially Virgos, okay, in terms of a spiritual, sort of like a guru type person, like a mystic, all right? This is so prominent to me now, as a Virgonian, that you are capable of these acts, you are capable of ascension, far more likely than probably most other signs, barring maybe Scorpio, just because they can go deep. But you can go the distance. That's what's unique about you, Virgo. So I just see you relaxing, maybe even feeling so good about this decision at the end of the week that you, like I said, you feel lighter, you're able to enjoy things differently, and you have a different view on yourself, opinion of yourself, and you see that you can put your foot down and make definitive changes. And people have to respect that. They may not like it, but they have to respect that, okay? But like I said a moment ago, ultimately, if they don't, it's not your concern. What matters is that you respect yourself, okay? There's no controlling anyone else. But if you can control that mind of yours and your opinion of yourself, 90% of the work is done, Virgo. Elk is the general energy to the whole week here. Here's where we're looking at stamina. I just want to hold that up a little bit longer for you. This is another beautiful, majestic land animal here. And stamina, of course, there has to be a certain time in these animals' lives for them to mate, for example, right? They're in the animal kingdom, we know that in very few species, I think it's dolphins and maybe one or two primates that have rape, which is a terrible thing, obviously. But my point being is that most other animals in the animal kingdom don't participate in that type of abuse. I'm not sure what happened to these cards here. I was just shuffling. So what am I saying here? So that there's a time and a place for everything, and if you're not ready for something, that's just a no. It's an automatic no. I don't care who else is involved. Don't put yourself out. Don't put yourself last. Please, unless you're a parent and there's a child involved, don't put someone else first. Particularly around emotional intimacy or sexual relations this week, because it's based on a reputation, or it'll amount to a reputation, and it's not really you. I'm really looking forward to you putting your foot down about something this week and feeling just really good about yourself. It's really important for you to keep feeling good about yourself, knowing that you're perfect. Perfect in divine, okay? In divinity, not perfect in the sense where it's like no problems, no issues, right? I mean, we're all human. It's the human race. It's the human condition. But, you know, you're perfect. You're a divine human being. You have nothing to prove. This breath of life that we share means that you're already worthy. You're already perfect. Somebody much, much wiser and more powerful than us believed that you were, and me, and everyone alive was worthy of breath. So start there if you have to start small this week, okay? Exchanging gifts. First thing I always say when I see this card is being in the present. I think it's really important for you to be in the present this week, particularly when identifying what you're putting your foot down about this week, okay, Virgo? You want to be really clear about that. Like I said, if for nothing else, for yourself. Because it'll just make it so much easier to keep it in your mind. You'll never have to wonder. It won't be vague. And then if someone else asks or you end up talking about it with someone else, it'll just roll off your tongue. It's just, oh, that, here's why, one sentence. Okay? Because you've identified it. You've pinpointed it. You've narrowed it down to something really tiny that you can keep turning to remind yourself. Another avenue of exchanging gifts, of course, beyond being in the present. I've got 3, you know me, it's 2 or less. Let's get 1 or 2 maximum. Is of course that you're receiving something that is meant for you this week, okay? that there's a gift that's available to you, or an opportunity. It could be found in an opportunity as well, but it could feel like a gift this week, and it could just be the gift of release, the gift of knowing that you deserve better, you aspire to better. Now's the time for you to put your foot down, create those or enforce those healthy boundaries. And that could feel like a present to yourself, right? Certainly if that diary is working for you, or if you have a counselor or someone to talk to, that could feel like a gift as well, someone who understands you. I'm delighted to see this for you. I haven't seen this in months. So this is enchantment. It's actually one of my favorite cards. This is stunning. Okay, so there is a moment of enchantment, at least one moment of enchantment this week for you. If this is about you clearing something up within the sexual realm or dating realm, or being available, or that type of theme here, this could lead to something greater, especially after you put your foot down, okay? Someone needs to understand something about you before taking the next step. Necessarily, that could lead to enchantment, barring the other person staying involved. The feelings of being enchanted with prosperity, with being in the present, with these healthy boundaries, with being grateful and soulful and free of negativity or something that felt like a bond. And then, of course, the stamina to carry you through. This is just stunning. I'm so happy to see this for you. If you have a second, please let me know how this works out for you. And of course, if you're not already, you can subscribe to my channel, because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until next time, Virgo, please take good care, and I will see you then. Bye for now.